2022 is coming to a close today. I don't think we're going to get many major reveals on a Sunday, so we are going to do an overall discussion, not a review, just a discussion about the things we saw in San Diego Comic Con. We're not just going to be talking about the MCU, but that's what we're going to get to towards the end because that's where all the juicy stuff is. Because they dropped a hell of a load of stuff on us. And before that, we're going to have a quick natter about some of the other films, TV shows that were revealed. Anything else anyone wants to talk about? It's an open forum, so help yourselves in the comments.
Okay, I want to quickly start
about something. You can go right ahead. Zach.
I want to start right now because I'm not sure if this was in Comic Con or not. But John Wick 4, baby, John Wick 4. I never expected to fucking see John Wick 4 so soon. You know, like what the hell? This trailer just come out. John Wick fucking 4. Oh mate, I can't wait. I'm really hoping they do a better job than what they did with John Wick 3. But John Wick 3 started superbly, but then it petered out near the end. You know, it kind of lost a bit of steam. I'm hoping what they do this time around is a lot better. And at the same time, I'm hoping they can kind of start to wrap things up a little bit as well. Maybe do a spin-off, whatever, with another character. But yeah, eventually this gravy train needs to come to an end. But yeah, John Wick 4, baby, 4.
Shut up, Zam. No, I agree. I love that you came up with John Wick 4 because that was definitely one of the ones I wanted to talk about. I didn't watch the whole trailer. I watched like half of it because I don't want too much spoiled for me. But I'm with you. I can't wait. March. I'm definitely going to go see that in the cinema. It's one of the few other films outside the MCU that I actually watch in the cinema, and the occasional A24 film. Looks really good. It's not coming to an end. As far as I know, I think that they've got another 2 after this to do. I think they're just going to keep going. As long as he keeps making money, there's no real reason to stop this franchise. We could be. I think we are getting a spin-off. I think we're getting a prequel series as well. So like this John Wick universe is just growing, and yeah, I was very happy and surprised, like you, to see the trailer for John Wick 4. So yeah. So before we move on to other stuff, again, like I said, if there's anything anyone wants to talk about in the comments, put the thing there. Could be anything.
X-Men 97, baby, let's go. And they kept the original art style too.
All of that, everything Marvel, we're going to talk about towards the end of the stream. We're just going to quickly get through some of the other stuff that we saw. And first things first, we could go to DC. And not a lot dropped from DC apart from we had Shazam, Wrath of the Gods. We had another Black Adam trailer. I mean, Sandman, but is Sandman really DC? It's more of a new game. I think we did have some DC characters. Oh, it is, okay.
Yeah, those adult imprint, so yes, it is.
Yeah.
And can I just say, yay for DC for actually producing 3 things I actually want to watch. Yeah, because the new Shazam looks really good. I mean, I love the original one. And this one looks like it's the same kind of thing where it's like a family drama, but also superhero film about kids. It's kind of like Stranger Things, but with superpowers. I'm kind of into it. Black Adam, I've really got high hopes from. I'm hoping it's going to be good because it is the project that The Rock has wanted to do. And Sandman is an amazing comic. The only thing that I'm annoyed about is they're having Joanna Constantine. No, Joanna Constantine doesn't know, right? She's not a brunette. She should be a blonde. There you go. If you want to do a sex change, there you go.
It's not John Constantine.
No, but it's Joanna Constantine.
It's not John Constantine. No, it's not the Constantine from the comics. It's a Constantine, a descendant from a past character, or it could be the Constantine from the 1800. That's kind of a time jump instead. So it's not John Constantine.
Okay, so that makes more sense.
So don't worry about that. You're okay, Gary, because John Constantine's still going to get made. They're still going to bring him back. But I can understand the. I love
the art design. I love the storytelling that they brought. So I mean, the thing is that I think the comic is really difficult to make. I think it's a bit like Watchmen. Is that it's a bit difficult to translate on screen, if that makes sense. Again, I don't know if I'm Because Watchmen was seen as unfilmable for years until Zack Snyder did it, and Zack Snyder did a reasonable job. I know people are going to disagree with me that, but considering what could have been done with it, I thought it was reasonable. Sandman, I think, is the same sort of way, in that this was reasonable. But I am well looking forward to Black Adam and Shazam going over everyone else.
So to your points, 1 second. I'm going to go to Jason first, then you, Jose.
Okay.
To your point there, I think I agree with you on Watchmen. I think for what it was, Snyder actually did a good enough job. They should have made it into 2 films, though. That's my only gripe. Sandman, at least it's a series, so they can flesh it out a lot more. They don't have to rush through a lot of the stuff. They can cover it. Whether they do a good job remains to be seen. Cheeto, to you. You had something to say.
DC, well, at least you tried.
And to add insult to injury, Superman fanboys, how's that crow taste? All y'all were talking about, oh, Henry Cavill, he's going to show up. He's going to be there at San Diego Comic-Con. They're going to be doing a thing with Superman. He ain't coming back. Like, everyone's told y'all he's not coming back. It's like, yeah, eat your crows, so shut up now.
Cavill's going to appear in the MCU next.
Yep.
I would mark out for him and Captain Britain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Black Adam, I'm also looking forward to it. I am scared because it does look a bit generic now compared to what we were promised, and it's set in modern times, which is another broken promise. Boo to that. It was meant to be set in the past, so I don't know why they've changed it. But I'm still looking forward to it. It does look good. It looks a lot less goofy than the other stuff, so that'll be good. Shazam: Wrath of the Gods. It depends. Like the first film, I enjoyed the kids more in it, not in a pedophilic way. I enjoyed the kids more in it. I thought the kids were just really good casting, really good actors. Their chemistry was really good, and they were fun to watch. The Shazam side of it, it was okay, you know. So I'm definitely gonna watch the second one. Hopefully, it supersedes the prequel, the first one, and I don't think we get much. I think they dropped a load of Warner Brothers animated titles as well. Nothing that really stands out for me.
It was Justice League. It was like Justice League Rise or something.
There's and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, Gotham. Gotham Dark World or something like that. I don't remember what it was.
And Dwayne said that, like, he's like, oh, Black Adam is going to be ushering in a new era for DC. I'm like, yeah, I haven't had that much high hopes for DC. Like, Aquaman has been good and Suicide Squad was good, but I don't know if I'm going to faith in Black Adam.
I think after Flashpoint, they just have to bite the bullet and reset the whole universe.
Mm-hmm.
We can't carry on.
Flashpoint could be that resetting because we're considering what it's about.
Well, they're going to have to accelerate that reset now because Ezra Miller's a piece of shit.
What are they going to do? Are they going to like? Has anyone heard? Like, are they going to rewrite the ending? Are they like putting it? I think it's going to get post. I think they're probably going to push it back.
All I want to see is at the end of it is an announcement that Grant Gustin is going to be the Flash in the DC universe, the movie universe, and I'll be very happy with that because everyone wants it. It's a simple thing that Warner Brothers could do. Okay, because the series is coming to an end. Then you can move Grant onto the Flash as long as he still wants to do it, and just reset that whole godforsaken universe and put a fucking plan together. Stop throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. You know, I mean, we've got obviously there's still Joker 2, which is going to be a musical. So I'm very interested to see what they do with that.
Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, really?
Who?
Yeah.
Wait, Lady Gaga's going to be Harley Quinn.
They recast Harley Quinn.
Lady Gaga's a fantastic actor.
I need to repeat this for emphasis. They recast Harley Quinn.
No. You got it wrong.
Okay.
Harley Quinn was with Jared Leto's Joker, so this is not a recast.
Oh, okay.
Think about it from that perspective.
Ooh, thank God. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll let that go, but I'm not happy about it being a musical.
The Joker is not a part of the DCEU. Then again, we don't know what's actually a part of the DCEU anymore.
Yeah, because everything's so fucking inconsistent.
Get to a war and see what sticks.
I do agree. I do agree with Ginger that they definitely just need to bite the bullet. Like they're going to get some flack for it, but they need to bite the bullet at Flashpoint. And they can even use like Jason Momoa's Aquaman, stuff that works for this universe. Like they can actually still use, but it's just like
it's just Aquaman from like Earth Prime.
Well,
but then you have
the thing is different... they can introduce Robert Pattinson because he's a phenomenal Batman, in my opinion.
Well, he is the canon Batman moving forward, but what universe he tied to, we don't know. We don't know if Reeves is going to kind of have his own universe, but we can't do that. We're going to start getting what we're going to have a fucking Jared Leto, and we're going to have a fucking, Joaquin Phoenix. Then we've got the Irish guy that was in Eternals playing the Joker. We've got 3 different Jokers. Are they going to combine as one? Because there was a storyline in the DC comics about 3 Jokers. And are they going to build that? I hope not.
That would be interesting though. Like a carryover from Flashpoint would be like, okay, work with me here. I know it sounds stupid now that I'm thinking about it, but
all right, Vince Russo.
Like Vince Russo. I'm definitely pulling out my Vince Russo here. But like for some reason, those 3 Jokers wind up in the Prime universe, and then there's 3 Jokers or something like that. I don't know.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That's my Vince Russo pitch.
I would say what DC needs to do is focus their stories into telling a coherent story, because like at the moment the MCU is not quality is kind of dipping a little bit. I mean, even though all of us are like hyping up the MCU's quality has dipped a lot.
Yeah.
How much?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, but they have a lot. But now they have a lot to prove. I mean, yeah, the Phase 4 is. We said it before we started. Phase 4 is being. I don't know, hashtagging it now. I don't know, patenting it
Just
now.
what the kids are saying.
Yeah, Phase 4 is Phase 4 now. But I mean,
Phase 4. Yeah.
But hopefully with Wakanda Forever and that trailer, we'll get into that later. But
we'll talk about that. Please don't go off the tangents.
No, I'm not. But I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
So I feel like we're maybe on the upward trend here. So anyway.
Yeah, DC just needs to start getting it together and be more consistent, because if you're going to have it all come together, I would start with Flashpoint, and that sets a chain of what is to come in DC. Like, that's how they need to do it, because Marvel's been doing it the entire time. And yeah, Phase 4 has been arguably the weakest. I've heard on Twitter a lot.
We'll get to that, please. We'll get to that. Okay. I don't, because Marvel's going to take up the whole bulk of the conversation. We can talk about that later.
Anyway, DC, I'm looking forward to their slate of films. Shazam, looking forward to it. Black Adam, looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Sandman. DC, if you listen to me, do not fuck up Green Lantern, John Stewart. You're making it. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, Zam.
I was looking forward to Shazam too, but now I found out that Zachary Levi is a big fan of Jordan Peterson, so it's petered down. Excuse the pun. A little bit regarding my enthusiasm for Shazam 2.
I don't care if I don't fuss about people's personal lives. As long as they're not a fucking Ezra Miller type nonce, then whatever. Levi's just an idiot. He's an idiot. It doesn't matter. So that's DC. They should have announced a bigger slate, but I think they're just waiting for Flashpoint to happen and then see what the fuck to do next and hire actors that aren't going to get arrested.
And that's a year, right? Flash is in a year that we know of.
No, that's it. I think it's the end of this year. Flashpoint.
I thought it was next year.
I'm sure it's the end of this. I'm sure it's the end. It's either the beginning of next year or the end of this year. I'm sure it is. I mean,
give me 1 second.
Oh look, they would have dropped a trailer at this Comic Con.
Cheeto's got it.
It's June 23rd, 2023.
Okay, I figured
you were right. Sorry,
I figured that. Yeah,
so
I figured
what DC stuff is coming out this year? DC
Shazam,
Aquaman. Isn't Aquaman 2?
Black Adam and Aquaman.
Yeah, I thought Aquaman 2. I haven't heard anything about Aquaman 2.
Pushed back to next year.
Okay.
Yeah, so Shazam. Shazam.
It's Shazam and Black Adam that are coming out.
Yeah, Aquaman 2 is March 17th, 2023. Yeah. So it'll actually. But so Flash is going to be after all of this. So it's a good point to reset.
So DC, you better knock it out of the park with Flaming.
So that would mean, that unless they do their big weird Warner Brothers 24-hour event stream thingy, that would mean that in San Diego Comic-Con 2024, they'll probably come in strong with a new slate of films. If they have a brain, but they don't fucking have a brain there. So let's see. Again, Warner Brothers got acquired by Discovery. So, the new owner is a no bullshit kind of guy, straight to fucking business type of thing. So let's see, Jason.
I did read some reports that basically what the new head of WB walked in and said to DC, like I don't know, creative or whatever you want to call them, is that he said he wants to go to an MCU model. He said everything you guys have been doing to be different has not worked. So he said we're going to kind of go to an MCU model where and he said if it works, it works, and unfortunately, we're going to have to do what we're going to do what we're going to do. But that's what I heard that he basically walked in there and said he's a big fan of Henry Cavill's Superman, so we might be seeing him again, is what they said. But as nothing official, but that's what I heard, and I'm trying to remember where I read that at. But it was.
I'm guessing the next Superman we get is going to be Michael B. Jordan's Superman.
Oh yeah, because they did say they're doing a black Superman. I remember they've been saying that for years. Yep, they've been saying that for years.
It's not
Calvin Ellis, is it? It's Calvin Ellis. It's Calvin Ellis, isn't it?
Yeah,
Michael B. Jordan Superman.
Oh yeah, the black.
By the way,
Earth 2 Superman or something like that.
By the way, that reaction is because I can see the racists and stupid idiots coming down.
That's inevitable.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a given at this point. I mean, they're all going to be idiots.
Thanos, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
So okay, let's move on. We ain't got much else to talk about with DC. All right. So next we had Lord of the Rings trailer. They dropped a much better trailer this time. It looks a bit more tidier, a bit more epic in scope. However, there are still, issues with it. It does look a little bit, how can I say, the script looks a bit boring. It looks a bit, I don't know. It something about it just doesn't sit right with me. And I want to go on record to say it's a fantasy series. You cannot expect, for the love of God, the entire cast to be exactly like they are in the book. I'm sick and tired of saying this. When it comes to fantasy, you can make a lot more changes than you would normally be permitted if you're trying to stick to something that's steeped in like lore in many other forms. So just accept the fact that you're going to have black elves in it and all this kind of stuff. Don't be a fucking child. Galadriel is obviously, taking more of a prominent role in this, which is exactly, I think, what she did in the Second Age. Although the Hobbits appearing is a weird choice because they weren't in the Second Age. So that's where I'm worried. Gary?
I agree with you about the whole, but I think if they bring characters from the books in, then the characters have to match it. I don't care if they're pink, purple, don't care. As long as it's the right character, right actor for the part. And the thing is that as much as the films can be a little bit boring, I think they more or less nailed all the characters for the films. I mean,
how dare you? The films were not boring at all.
No, but the films were slightly boring. I mean, they're not, I'm talking about.
No, they're not remotely boring. Fuck you.
To think the last time they were big, I was in high school. Like that tells you how old I am. Like I'm like, wow, I still can't believe that they're, banging out content for Lord of the Rings.
I will say this: it is the fantasy series that I am most, fantasy thing that I am most excited for because I love Lord of the Rings. I love the setting. I love the lore of that particular outfit.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have like the whole fucking collector DVD box set? Like, because I know you're one of those people that watch. I could see you guys being one of those people that watch all that bullshit, like the making of, like how they did this, how they did that.
Jose, can I tell you? So honestly, I have the books.
Oh, you got the books. Okay.
I honestly hate the films. I mean, I honestly fucking hate the films because the films are so boring and ponderous. Because the books, like they build up the lore and mythology, the atmosphere and everything like that. The films don't really do that. They've got to be too Hollywood in that they've got to throw too much action. They don't let the characters be characters. They've got to rush it a bit too much. And that's not because Peter Jackson's a bad filmmaker. It's because the books are so dense with lore and stuff like that.
Yeah, the books are like, if you really wanted to with the books, one book could be like 3 or 4 films.
Exactly.
But that's never going to happen. But now you're going to get the series instead, which again, Bezos is a fan of the series. So that's why he's putting a lot of money into it. Not a fan of the series. He's a fan of the Lord of the Rings. He loves it. So he's pumping a lot of money in it. But in terms of the films, how dare you, sir? I happily watch the extended versions every time. Barely a few months go by when I don't watch the extended version. I'll happily sit there 4 hours and watch it.
And then you'll be one of those nerds that'll watch the 8-hour behind the scenes, the making of, and all that bullshit.
I've watched it all. I have milked it more than a guy with his dick fucking
more than Vince McMahon
machine at a cow factory. You know what I mean?
You milked it.
I am interested to see what exactly they're going to do because, in between, because from what I'm understanding, this is between the fall of what's it called? Brain fat. The bad guy who Lord of the Rings and the Hobbits. Yeah, exactly. This is between the two. So, I am interested in what they're going to do.
Yeah, Sam.
Watching this trailer and knowing what I've seen in the past with the Peter Jackson films, it does concern me a little bit. I don't want another Indiana Jones 4 going on here. You know what I mean? Stuff like that does concern me. I don't care about Black Elves. I mean, I actually was chuffed to see Lenny Henry in the fucking thing. Like, come on,
I like Lenny Henry, but he's a hobbit, though. Isn't he, or is he a dwarf?
I have no idea, but I'm just happy to see him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just happy, British, a legendary British comedian. And I'm happy
underrated
to see him
actor as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want, if we get a good time with this, that's all I can really care for. I love fantasy. We don't get enough of that nowadays. Not proper fantasy. And I'm talking about stuff from the 80s, like your fucking Beastmasters and your Conan the Barbarians and stuff like that. I know this is a whole different ball game, but if it's remotely close to that, if it's remotely close to that, I'll be satisfied. And if I just want it to be good, just please be good. That's the only thing that concerns me, because we know there's a standard bearer with the Jackson films. In my opinion, is arguably the greatest trilogy of movies ever made. The first 3 Lord of the Rings. There's perfection, all 3 films. And like you, I like the extended versions. And, Jose, I've also jerked off to the fucking behind scenes and everything.
Nerds, yeah, that's what we are.
All of that shit.
Nerds, yep.
I just, please just let this be good. Just let this be fucking good, please. That's all I'm.
Yeah.
I'll fucking convert to fucking Islam. Let this be fucking good. You know what I mean? I'll pray, man. I'll get my fucking Quran out and fucking pray for this shit. Come on, Allah. Make this fucking good.
Okay, let's move on from Lord of the Rings now, because we're getting on a bit. So, next we had, apparently there's going to be a crossover between Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks. I'll take it over to you, Star Trek guys, to talk about that.
Yeah, I know nothing about this.
You might as well do shit. I know nothing.
I saw a little bit about this, but since you watch it, I'll come in after this.
It's Star Trek, time travel shenanigans and everything like that. Apparently, there is going to be a crossover where the cast of the Lower Decks are going to be in real life in Strange New Worlds, and then they said that they will be in both animated and. So I think that the Strange New Worlds part of the Strange New Worlds cast is also going to be animated over in the Lower Deck. So I don't know, it's going to be time travel shenanigans. It's probably just going to be a goofy crossover episode. I'm excited and yet a little worried about this, only because I'm not, believe it or not, I'm a Star Trek fan, and I'm not a big fan of time travel shenanigans unless it's done well. Maybe if you had the prophets involved or something like that, you might be an easier way out of it. But I don't know. We'll see. They are going to DS9 according to the trailer, so you never know. It might be the prophets and the wormhole that kind of bring these two crews together. Because the prophets have done But there's going to they're definitely doing that. So the crossover is going to be Blemler and Mariner are going to be on live action on the set of Strange New Worlds in one of their episodes, I believe. And then,
awesome, Jack Quaid live action.
Yeah, we're gonna get actual Jack Quaid, and I can't remember the actress's name who plays Mariner. But that's what they've confirmed. And then I'm assuming they said that the Strange New Worlds cast is also going to be live action and animated. So I'm assuming we're going to get some animated Strange New World casts. So I wouldn't expect the whole thing to be animated, but I since they don't run concurrently, I can't imagine it's going to be like 2 different episodes. You know what I mean? Like, because they don't run concurrently. Like, so I would assume that it's going to be either in Lower Decks or it's going to be in Strange New Worlds, which I don't think they've confirmed yet. But go ahead.
It just seems to me like that the Strange New World is trying to do that old school Orville formula, where it's going down the comedic route a lot more, having more laughs, more fun and jokes and stuff like that, whilst Orville obviously wants to be taken more seriously and is becoming more like the old school Star Trek formula. So I'm not surprised that Strange New Worlds is doing this, because it just seems to be their MO, to speak.
I think Strange New Worlds is just they're trying to be a little bit more like lighthearted. I wouldn't say comedic, but I would say they're trying to be a little bit more lighthearted, kind of like the original series, because the original series did have moments of levity and lightheartedness, and they do say that they say that the even in older Trek, they say that the original series time is like more of the Old West. You got away with more. You got away with more shenanigans. Kirk was sleeping with everybody. Like, so you got away with a lot more. So it's like I think they're just trying to bring a little bit more lighthearted levity to it, and I agree. I think that's good. I really do like it. I think it's, as long as they don't go the way of Orville season 1, where it's like everything is as long as it's not out of character for these characters to be like, doing these things. Like, like if they go Lower Decks full of ham, then I agree that's a bit too much. Lower Decks is, as I said, for me is loose canon. Like I don't consider it canon unless I feel like it should be. But yeah, if they do delve too far into that Lower Decks territory, then I agree that it will be a bit much.
Well, it's getting canon now, considering you've got Lower Deck characters on Strange New Worlds. You've got Strange New Worlds now on Lower Decks. You've had actually other characters like Tom Paris and some a couple of fringe characters from TNG and so on Lower Decks. It's getting more and more canon than you
that's why I say it's loose canon, because they do some things in the show that just makes me think, would that really happen in Starfleet? Would that really? And in season 2, they definitely took themselves a little bit more seriously than in season 1. There was more in season 1. So I'm just like, I'm pretty sure Mariner would have been expelled from Starfleet with that, or gone to a penal colony. But it's okay.
We've got so much Star Trek coming out as well, Cheeto. Like,
I know.
I mean, apparently they've already finished filming Strange New World season 2.
Probably they started a month or 2 ago.
And they're still filming Discovery, but Prodigy is still on season 1, which is hard to believe.
I know they have like a part 3, and they haven't even. I don't even think they've dated it yet.
Picard season 3.
Yeah, they
got all the old. Yeah, with the TNG crew in it.
Well, it's more TNG season 8, isn't it? Then
it's TNG season 8 with a little bit of Voyager crossover with 7 of 9.
Yeah.
Look, they just need to sink the landing. Like, Picard definitely needs to, like, the show Picard definitely needs to go. I am okay with them bringing in the old cast and crew to cap this thing. Like, they're not going to leave it open ending. This is the end. I don't mind if they do like a spinoff. Since this is the end, I don't mind if they build like to a spinoff, like a Captain LaForge series or a Captain Worf series, just because then we know where we're going from there. But I want them to cap off the end of Picard. And honestly, I think Picard should have ended after season 1. Like I'm not going to get into the details, but And yes, Riker was great in Lower Decks. That he was full on ham Riker for sure.
Not necessarily Picard, but
Wait,
definitely
yeah,
Patrick Stewart.
All right, one minute.
Oh no, killer landlord from outer space.
At least he can do is mute himself. Anyway, killer landlord from outer space. But I don't. What were you saying? Were you talking or was I talking, Sam? I don't know. Oh, okay.
No, I just added to what you were saying regarding Picard ending after season 1. What it should have been is Patrick Stewart ending after season 1, and with what they did later on, like do the switch and stuff like that, and somebody else, take on the reins, the Roman Reigns. Wake up, Jose! I said Roman Reigns. Anyways, yeah. So
shut up, Sam.
There we go.
There you go.
We can do that too. All right.
Yeah. So
damn it.
Yeah. I mean. I think I pretty much said what I had to say. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on the horizon, but Lower Decks can't wait. August was it 19th, 14th? I don't remember, but weekly reviews, man, it's coming. I am totally stoked. I am probably, even though we're talking about here, I am probably going to do a trailer reaction to the Lower Decks trailer after we're done here. So if I have time. But yeah, that's definitely coming too. I'm totally stoked for that. I love how each season of Lower Decks is like a progression through the posters are progression through the Star Trek like the Star Trek movies. Like they had a poster that was like off the motion picture. This season 2 was off the Wrath of Khan, and now season 3 is like the Search for Spock. They've got that had to be pointed out to me, by the way, Cheeto, because I had no idea until somebody pointed it out, and I thought, yeah, they are doing that.
I missed it in the first season.
Kalispera, Joyce Byers. Carry on. Somebody saying hello from Greek. I'm just saying hello, good afternoon in Greek.
Say that again.
No, he just was saying hello to somebody.
Yeah, in Greek. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we have it. Yeah, there we go. So,
okay.
Can you believe it, Joyce? It's ginger Greek. Anyways, yeah, sorry. Let's move on from Star Trek. Are we done with Star Trek?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So next we had.
I'm awake. What? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Move the comments, Sam. Move the comments. I'll leave it something relevant.
Okay.
Right. So next we have Dungeons and Dragons. Anyone give a shit about Dungeons and Dragons?
I played, but I don't really care about it.
Oh, wasn't there a shitty film with Jeremy Irons back in the day?
Yeah, there was back in the day, but this one's now got Hugh Grant in it. It looks fucking awful. What is it about, like Hollywood, when it does fantasy? It just it's all stuck in the 90s. The aesthetic, the dialogue, the look, everything about it. It's just stuck in the 90s. The jackets they wear, the fashion, it just, for fuck's sake, stop trying to be like Warrior Princess, you stupid idiots. All right, just make it a bit more grittier, not light-hearted fantasy. Ridiculous, looks stupid. It's gonna flop. We can move on unless anyone else wants to talk about it. I just
want to say how terrible the fucking Jeremy Irons film. I mean, it was honestly one of the worst things.
I don't want to talk about the
but I'm just saying, I was hoping that this would be better, but I haven't seen the trailer. I will watch it afterwards. But what you're saying doesn't fill me with any joy. It doesn't fill me with any joy at all.
Yeah. Joyce Byers, I'm in the young generation and we play 24/7 Dungeons and Dragons. So Joyce, what was your thoughts? Did you see the trailer to the new film? As I said, it's an open forum here, so if anyone wants to talk about anything via the comments, we can bring up here before I move on.
We can move on and we can jump back to it.
Oh yeah, I suppose we can move on and back to it. Right. So I think I've covered up all the bases.
Are we going to get to the meat and potatoes now, finally?
Potatoes. And that is, of course, the MCU dropped a massive bunch of reveals to us. It's essentially ending Phase 4 and it's bringing in Phase 5 and Phase 6.
Thank God.
And these are very short phases. They're not as long as the previous ones. But I suppose, given that they have all the series that they could throw out there, they can cover their bases a lot quicker than just relying on the films. So, we have, of course, we'll talk about the. Going to kind of skip first to kind of Phase 6 because they've announced that Fantastic Four will be kicking off.
He just cannot get in the stream. There he is.
There we go. All right, so we've got that Fantastic Four going to be kicking off Phase 6, followed by 2 Avengers films. And we don't know if they're like in the same year, but whether they're back to back, and there might be maybe another
6 months
film or
apart.
2.
Ginger Greek, what I've
6
heard.
months.
6 months apart. Okay, so we're clearly going to have like the events of Kang, whatever, I forgot what it's bloody called.
Kang Dynasty.
That's it.
Kang the
Dynasty.
Conquer player.
And
I'm guessing all the Kangs from
Kang the
different
Conqueror.
timelines are going to be like fighting the Avengers.
Yeah.
And then this kind of thing is going to cause some kind of rift that's going to have a collision with other universes, which leads to Secret Wars. And it's probably how we're going to get the X-Men. So,
Yes.
yeah. Thoughts, gentlemen, on Phase 5. Well, I read Joyce's stuff and then respond to it later.
Phase 4 so far has been the weakest that I've seen, but now I think people are going to have to relax because it's like, oh my God, we want everything now. Now you know what's coming. Be fucking patient. It's going to take a while to get there. I know that this is in shorter increments now, but still, be patient. I didn't hear anybody bitch and moan when we went through Iron Man all the way to Infinity War and Endgame. Everybody was like, oh my God, what they're building toward Thanos. And now it's like, we have to have everything now. Shut up. It's coming. It takes time. It's going to take patience. The X-Men's not coming for another, 3 years? Go ahead.
But also, as Ginger said, that with all the extra content we're having, because we would only get 2 or 3 movies a year.
A year? Yeah.
So like now we've got all these series coming out. It's like that's why I feel like the phases are going to be shorter, is because we're getting just as much content, but in a more condensed space. In the phases.
Yeah.
And if I may, I would like to read a comment that I had with somebody on Twitter. And this guy said that he wanted to know, like, how long did it take to get to Infinity War and Endgame? I told him Iron Man started it all in 2008, and it took 11 years. This is a
10.
much shorter, but Endgame came out in 2019 because he asked about that too.
Oh, I was gonna say because you from Iron Man to Infinity War was 10 years. But yeah, from the entirety of the Infinity Saga was 11 years. You are correct.
And he says this guy says, like, okay, after I told him it took 11 years, he said, that's what I was thinking. It feels a bit rushed and flooded with a ton of projects. And someone said, it's not rushed. They now have Disney Plus to use and make shows, and that speeds up the phase. Plus gives us characters we wouldn't have gotten on the big screen like Moon Knight. So, yeah, I agree. I think, this is actually a good thing because now it gives you more time to, have characters. It gets everybody out. Everybody gets their stuff in. There's things I don't care about, like Agatha, House of Harkness. I don't care about that. But some of the other stuff I'm actually looking forward to.
Yeah, give me Moon Knight Season 2, not Agatha. I'm sorry. I don't care about that. Well, and I don't know if we're just bringing up whatever, but like, I'm sorry. Whatever. Agatha was not that compelling of a character that should get her own series. Like, that's the one thing out of that whole Phase 5 slot. I'm like, really? They're really wasting a slot on Agatha. Now, I'm sure that they'll MCU magic, bibbity bobbity boo it, put some big MCU characters in there. Some people have said maybe Scarlet Witch will come back. Some people are saying that Doctor Strange will be in it. So, I mean, maybe they'll make it worth our while. But, like, a show on Agatha, even if it's a prequel and it's, like, the build-up to her through the years or whatever, which might be a little interesting filling in the gaps before WandaVision. But still, it's just like,
she's just not an interesting character.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
Make it an animated show. Who cares?
Well, I mean, it could be because Catherine Hahn did a good job and they were impressed with what she was doing. I mean, probably what she did was probably better than what was on the script.
I'm not saying that Catherine Hahn was bad at all in that character, but it's just like the character of Agatha Harkness. It's like
overall, it's just a boring fucking character.
I'm going to make a prediction. And if this prediction comes true, I'm going to leave at the MCU, right? Doctor Doom is going to come in for Fantastic Four, and then he's going to be in 3 movies, and then they're going to kill him off. I'm calling it now, and if they do that, I'm leaving the MCU.
They're not going to kill him.
I'm drawing a line
follow that
sun.
particular pattern, yeah? He has to come in Fantastic Four, be in 3 more films, or 3 films total, and then they kill him off. All right.
All right, we want that contract signed in blood.
Actually, okay, I'm
and they kill him off. You're good, yeah.
I'm time stepping. I'm gonna tweet this out right now and bookmark this shit so we can come back and visit this.
By the way, I'm not sure if I'm in the same team with Gary regarding this because I think I'm different to you guys. I'm actually looking forward to Agatha Harkness. I thought Catherine Hahn was one of the best things about.
I agree.
WandaVision, and she's a fantastic actress. I almost consider to be a national treasure regarding in America because she's just so phenomenally talented, and I like to see where this goes.
As I said, I have no problem with Catherine Hahn. I don't even have that much of a problem with the character. I'm just saying it's kind of like with the scope of everything that we're doing with
how they delivered her as a character felt kind of
why are we using a slot for this? Why can't it be an animated show or something?
All right, because I mean, we all of us here have complained about the fact that we don't get standalone villain movies, and we're getting one, and we're all about it. The fact is, we're getting Agatha Harkness. Now, would I rather have Doctor Doom? Yes, but the fact is, we're getting a standalone villain movie that isn't some anti-hero.
They're not going to make her a villain. What the fuck is wrong with you? They're not going to make her a villain.
No.
They're going to do
that. They couldn't even do Cruella de Vil as just an out-and-out bitch. Yep. They had to give her reasons for being the way she is, and the reasons they gave her were absolutely pathetic. Oh, you got bit by a fucking Dalmatian. Oh, no. You know, they're going to make her sympathetic. They couldn't even do it with Reva. They just can't do it with anyone. So this is another reason we're going to get what? A redemption arc for her to make her a good guy, and then have a kind of big canon.
They're going to
yeah. That what concerns me. They're doing a WWE heel jobby, yeah. Like where if a heel is super popular, they'll make that heel a face.
Yep.
And obviously, Agatha Harkness, how regardless how you felt, I think
they're going to do.
Now they're going to good guy. Huh?
They're going to mouse it. They're going to mouse it up.
Character in the comics.
They're going to mouse it up and go, ha! You thought you were a bad guy? No, that's not how this works for us, brother. Ha ha! You're a babyface now. Ha!
Yeah. Right. So, okay, Phase 5. Before that, we had a trailer drop for Wakanda Forever.
I cried. I cried.
I got choked up on that. I really did. Yeah, not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. Looks amazing. Looks way better than I thought it would.
Can I?
Hang on. Don't interrupt. We're getting Namor as well, and it looks like we're gonna get a lovely war between Wakanda and Atlantis, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad they went down this route. I was honestly worried what they were going to do, if they were just going to make it just about Wakanda and all this kind of stuff. But calling it Wakanda Forever means obviously it's a war cry to that. And we're getting a war film from looks at it. It looks fantastic. Jose.
Okay, this needs to be said. If Angela Bassett does not win an Oscar for this, I am going to be pissed because she has never won an Oscar. Never in her life. She needs to win an Oscar. Yeah.
Has she ever been nominated?
She's been nominated, but she's never won. So I hope
she's not going to win an Oscar for fucking Black Panther, no matter how good the performance is, dude.
Yeah, she's not.
God,
she ain't going to win for Black Panther.
Yeah.
All right, so DH, you need to tweet that and bookmark it for 6 months from now, so that when she doesn't win, then you have to come back and you have to
be like, fuck the Oscars, yeah, fuck all this. Yep, I'm gonna do that.
You racist motherfuckers.
Yep.
Play the race card.
I've got to say, I was really emotional during that because they had Letitia Wright, and they had Daniel Kaluuya, they had they had Nia in it, and and it's like I don't think we actually saw Chadwick at all in it, apart from behind with the claws and everything.
Okay, real quick, Gary, with your prediction. Okay, so you never answered Zam's question because I'm typing this out now. So you said 3 movies in total, or is it like going to the Avengers? What are you thinking? Because I'm bookmarking all of it.
Excluding the
Fantastic Four
movies. If he's in 3 movies with the Avengers in it, the whole Avengers.
Okay.
And he killed off, I believe, in the MCU.
Okay, so he has to die in an Avengers.
We can start a letter writing campaign to Kevin Feige now.
Yeah.
DC, you kick back.
You just don't want me to be right about Apocalypse. That's what it is.
No, I don't, and I hope you're not.
It's all right.
We'll die within.
So let me bring something up really quick. It's something that Emergency Awesome says, which I know that a lot of you guys have either seen or watched him. And he's usually right about these things. But for some reason, in his Wakanda Forever review, he was talking about a Black Ops team that was being led by Dr. Doom. I don't know where he got that information from. He didn't source it from the comics or not. But he was insinuating that Dr. Doom was like secretly, covertly trying to get vibranium from like that secret ops team in the trailer. Now, I don't know. I've seen him be right about a lot of things. I've gone back and watched his videos, and he's right about a lot of things. So I don't know if like,
Wakanda Forever will suck.
Well, just hold on. No, Dr. Doom is not in it.
Why would it suck? It's a very clever ploy as well. If you pitch two massive countries against each other, and you could just swoop in and steal their resources. It's what it's America 101, baby.
But I don't know where he's sourcing that at, and that's why I'm like, wait a minute, where's he? I feel like, and he's a huge YouTuber, so I wonder if he has inside intel, and maybe he knows, maybe he doesn't. I don't know, but I mean, it's an interesting idea, and it's like, yeah, he more insinuated that it was like this Black Ops team is. They think it's supposed to be from other things, but it's actually from at the end or in a post credit you find out it's from Dr. Doom, and I'm like, how does he know this? But I mean, it's very interesting. But I mean,
All right,
3 fictional countries. The biggest 3 fictional countries in the MCU are Latveria, Atlantis, and technically Atlantis is like its own freaking world. And Wakanda. So it's like it makes sense for those 3 countries to be heavily involved in this type of scenario.
Yeah, I know, and be I don't know. I think Americans would be like, "Hang on a second, why aren't we there giving these countries freedom? What's going on here?"
Imagine if America knew where that vibranium was. Jesus Christ! You know what I mean?
Oh, they'd be bringing
the fucking
if
they'll be bringing freedom from other planets.
Yeah.
If we all got a piece of vibranium, we'd be set for the rest of our lives. It'd be like, yep, we wouldn't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah, just make a nice dildo out of it and have a good time.
Okay, I wrote the tweet, bookmarked it, so go like it, go share it. It's up there, so yep.
What I noticed there was actually a lack of Black Panther in the trailer. So is it not going to be?
You saw about the
dead.
Yeah, but he has. Superheroes have successors. Like the mantle gets given to other people.
We'll probably get to Queen Shuri for sure. When Shuri takes over the mantle, because she has in the comic books. So people shouldn't groan if and when it happens. But yeah, they played it right in the trailer. They didn't want to put a focus on like Black Panther. They wanted to put the focus on the Wakandans, because if you show like the Black Panther replacement, I know we got a little snippet. Straight away, everyone's going to be like, "What the fuck?" So they give us a little snippet. It's going to be interesting to see how they work his death into this.
It's going to be emotional for the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, art imitating life, man. It's going to be it's going to be fascinating to see how.
I mean that from what I hear, the cast and crew of the first Black Panther movie was really close. So we are going to be seeing a lot of emotion in this movie. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of it is going to be genuine, like emotion.
And I'm expecting Angela Bassett to have the monologue of her, like probably like her standout monologue of the MCU. Like she's going to get her moment in this movie. Like that's what I think is going to happen.
I love Angela Bassett anyway, so.
From some of the clips I've seen as well, it's got like international affairs in it and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, ooh, this is like right up my alley. I like this kind of stuff.
Sorry, Uchito. Who's going to be the lead? Is it?
That's the thing. There is no lead.
Like there is no lead. It's everybody.
Okay. It's everybody. It's going to be Angela. It's going to be Riri. Riri's in it as well. Ironheart's in it, but it's going to be like Shuri. It's going to be the Dar es Salaam. It's going to be Namor as well. We'll probably get a huge chunk focusing on Namor and the kind of story of Atlantis and why they've moved it to fucking Mayan territory, which is going to be interesting to see.
And also, this is the end of Phase 4 too. Like this phase
have to drop some bombs here.
Short. Yeah, this phase is very short. Phase 4 did not last that long.
No, but it had plenty in it though. That's the thing. Plenty in it. Whether we liked it or not, that's not what we're. That's not the point. The point is it had a fuckload of things in it, a fuckload of properties in it, and then we move on to Phase 5.
Jim,
before
before you move on,
Yeah,
like, so are you saying that after Wakanda Forever, we're gonna be Marvel-less until Phase 5, until like whatever
Ant-Man.
comes out of the beginning?
Ant-Man
it's
first.
February, mate. We're only going to be
Yeah.
Marvelous for like a few months.
Yeah, but that seems like a long time considering we've been getting shit all the fucking time.
Not
Yeah,
really.
right,
It's only
No,
really.
really.
It's only 2 months.
Because we still got Christmas special and Groot animations, all this crap coming out. And, like Wakanda Forever comes out when? October?
November, and then Ant-Man is
November.
in February, so you're only going to wait
All right,
2
so
months. It's
Ant-Man's
not that big
February,
of a stretch.
2 months.
Yeah.
3
Maybe
months.
some Star Wars to fill in the gaps. Who knows?
Probably.
There was no. By the way, there was no Star Wars. By the way, at this Comic-Con, was there?
No.
Nope.
They're waiting for
What a
D23.
fucking joke!
Yeah, D23
Oh,
is
they
going to be
might
Star Wars
today.
Day.
They might reveal today, but I'm guessing they're waiting for D23. Vistra, hi Vistra. Phase 4 had no identity.
You ain't lying.
Its main goal was to kind of introduce the multiverse, introduce new characters that are going to carry on the torch. It didn't need an identity in that. It didn't need a goal in that regard. It was just like, right, we know what we did. We're not going to do another thing like Infinity and Endgame. Well, until they revealed what they revealed.
Yeah.
But what we are going to do now is just introduce all the next generation of Marvel characters.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gary.
Can I ask a question to all the people in the panel? And again, this is not a DC fanboy. This is a legit question. What are the 3 good things to come out of Phase 4 so far?
I'll tell you.
To me, No Way Home, because we got the birth of the real Spider-Man. I think that number 1. 2, we got the introduction of the multiverse. That's number 2, and 3. I'm trying to think.
Black Widow. No.
The
The Eternals.
Yeah, the Eternals. Woo!
All right, so that question to the rest of the panel: what is the best things to come out of the film in Phase 4 so far?
Can I go first? Because
Yeah,
this is going to tie into what I was going to say. Like, okay, so people complain like Phase 4 had no identity. Loki did the best thing in Phase 4, which was introduce Kang, well, the female version of him, by killing He Who Remains. Loki.
You mean the female version of Loki?
Yeah, the female version of Loki.
Kang, so that's why I'm like,
the female version of Loki kills He Who Remains, which brings in Kang. So that's probably the biggest thing to come out of this. So that's at least number 1. Number 2, No Way Home. Obviously, everyone jizzes their pants over it to this day. Oh my God, Spider-Man, Multiverse, all that kind of shit, And number 3, the biggest thing to come out of this is honestly the multiverse with Doctor Strange and Patrick Stewart and Mr. Fantastic and all that kind of shit. So yeah, Phase 4 did have some good moments. I would say those are the best 3 things to happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's given us, like I said, Spider-Man No Way Home, which was a phenomenal film. Goddamn, I love John Watts. Great director. It gave us Doctor Strange. And I was a bit disappointed with the multiverse aspect of it, but we've got the multiverse. But also, I just enjoyed Doctor Strange. I thought it was a fantastic horror film, like in that regard. The cinematography of it, Sam Raimi doing what Sam Raimi does best. And people need to appreciate that. Look beyond the multiverse and just look at how beautifully directed this film was. And it was good writing as well, which is a rarity these days. It was great. We had WandaVision, was fucking fantastic.
Oh, it's the best show Disney Plus has ever done.
Loki was great when we got, of course, Kang. I enjoyed Moon Knight up until the last episode. Then it just went dog shit. That's what I got out of Phase 4. But it also gave us 2 absolute of the worst, which is Black Widow and Thor 4. So there is that side of it as well.
Yeah, for me, definitely Spider-Man No Way Home. That's the pinnacle. It was an event movie. It wasn't just a fucking film. Yeah, it was an absolute event, and I fucking loved it for that. I think what a lot of people overlook is Falcon and Winter Soldier because we got Sam Wilson's Captain America.
Yep.
That's
in my
I mean, Sam Wilson's Captain America, and also Bucky as well, just being being Bucky Barnes again. And no longer the Winter Soldier. I love that. You know what I mean? Like
and dancing Zemo.
Zemo. And even seeing Zemo come up, who is my favorite villain in the MCU. Seeing him coming back as well. was absolutely awesome. This guy is not all about money, but he's got money. He's got a purpose, and I very much appreciate all of that. And obviously stuff like Loki was fun, but I feel that once we got the ending of Loki, nothing came from that. It left us with this thing of like, multiverse and all of that shit. But the following shows never came from that. And you know what? I'm also going to throw in a bit of Ms. Marvel too, because represent girl, fucking Zen. You know what I mean? It was so fucking nice to see my culture to a degree in this particular show. And I find Iman Vellani to be a very likable actress, and you talk about perfect casting. I mean, she is Ms. Marvel in every aspect, regardless of the show being not that great, and I'll be the first to admit that. But no better casting than her, and I'm really looking forward to her finally meeting up with fucking Captain Marvel. But that should have fucking happened at the end of the series.
And here's what makes it better. Yeah. And here's what makes it better. She's actually in real life, Iman Vellani is a Marvel nerd, so she actually tells Kevin Feige like, "Hey, do this next time. Like, try to do this if you're going to do this." Like, she actually tells Feige like, "Hey, man, this is what I think you need to do with this," and it's like she actually offers her input.
Okay, I want to quickly go to the comments before we go to Cheeto. So Vistra, we have so No Way Home, Moon Knight, and Hawkeye. They enjoyed. I don't know if it's he or she.
The rest was
and
shit.
Then we have after that, Zemo was great as a villain, and he's going to lead the Thunderbolts. I'd rather be him or US Agent. That will lead.
I think they'll just kind of be at each other's throats, really, because they were a part of the same series too. So I mean, I really feel like those two are going to be.
Yeah, he's a mastermind, Zemo. He's got to be the leader. John Walker's just muscle. He's not brains.
Zemo, but I feel like John Walker's still going to be butting heads with him a lot.
Yeah, and that's what I want to see. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, don't forget. The leader of the Thunderbolts will definitely be Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character. Outside of that, on the field, because you have your field leaders and all that, they're going to be butting heads. So, Cheeto, before we move on.
Yeah, my favorite moment, as Zam said, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That one for me was one. I know that a lot of people think it's crap, but I mean, I really enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier a lot. It's probably still that's probably still my top Disney Plus show. I'm sorry, it is. I mean, I have issues, but for me, it was just
you like really, what you like.
Yeah, I like what I like. Also, the first sex scene in Eternals. I mean, come on, guys. Wow.
God, I want to forget about that movie.
I know. I just thought, but Moon Knight was really great. The last episode did have some, and I agree with Zam about also Ms. Marvel. Except for like 2 episodes, like episode 4 and I think 5.
Yeah, we thought
really
those
felt like that show. If you cut those 2 episodes out, like it was really a good standout show. I did enjoy Hawkeye. I know most of you guys didn't. I enjoyed it enough.
I could do this all day.
Yeah, right.
I think Hawkeye gets a lot of shit. It's not that bad.
And I mean, movie wise, I mean, Shang-Chi was good. It just the ending just kind of they really blew their load at the ending, and that was just really bad. And Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, I thought was a great movie. As I said, I agree with Ginger. They didn't go into and my girlfriend says it is not, but I agree. I agree. But like they didn't go into the multiverse enough. But I felt like that was still probably, in my opinion, one of the standout movies. I liked Thor: Love and Thunder more than Ragnarok. So I mean, I consider that a win in my book.
Yeah, you like what you like.
So anyway, but
overall, I'm going to piss people off, but Phase 4 was kind of mid. Like it had moments, but it felt mid.
Right. It's okay to say that because it didn't blow us away in the same way that.
But let's get to the good shit, man. Phase 5.
Okay, so now we're going to go Phase 5. So kicking off Phase 5, we have Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania.
Let's go.
Making his triumphant return. But the poster also dropped us that Cassie Lee is going to be also Stinger. Stature. Sorry, that's it. I was trying to remember Stature. Now, there are some tidbits that dropped in it. Apparently, like Scott Lang has kind of ego has gotten a little bit big and kind of milks the fact that he's an Avenger. Kind of made him distance himself from his daughter. Go on.
And I really find it funny because Bill Murray is in this movie.
Oh God!
And hold on, and Scott Lang is pulling the Ghostbusters 2 Bill Murray, like Peter Venkman.
Yeah,
selling his own book, and they are literally ripping from Ghostbusters 2 the fact that Peter Venkman wasn't he like selling his own book and doing this all?
Yeah.
That
TV series.
That alone makes me want to see this movie just for that, just because of that scene. Like I'm like, okay, I'll see it just for that.
Yeah, I mean, my only interest in this film is to see Kang.
Yeah, Kang's the primary reason I'm seeing it.
Different Kang, so it'd be interesting to see what they do with that.
I want to see Wasp again. I really like it. Evangelical.
Apparently, in Ant-Man and WrestleMania, they're going to have a fucking Fantastic Four post-credit scene.
How'd you hear that?
Okay,
because I listen to prominent YouTubers with lots of subscribers.
Yeah, it can make sense. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Moving on from that, we have Secret Invasion. Now, people that attended Hall H got to see a trailer for Secret Invasion, and apparently, it's a miracle, but it has a much more serious tone, a lot less joke laden. It takes place between the blips.
Oh,
so it takes place in the 5-year period between the blips. Now, does that mean that because Nick Fury and Maria Hill in it, they obviously disappeared? Is it going to take? Are we going to have flash forwards, flashbacks? Are they going to have the scrolls pretending to be Fury as infiltrations and all this? At least we know that it's the scrolls that are going to be infiltrating. So we're going to have good scrolls, bad scrolls. Let's wait and see. Yes, guys. And
it clearly sets up to Miss Marvel, because if it's going to be the scrolls, that's where they're going. So that's, I think, the purpose of Secret Invasion is going to be all to tie into Miss Marvel somehow. Or, the Marvels.
We don't know, because it takes place in between that period, so it might have been resolved by then. Or maybe Miss Marvel pops up in that. We don't know.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to talk about Secret Invasion?
Gary. This movie. Because the thing is that Spider-Man's supposed to be leading it. He was gone during a little bit. Dr. Doom's supposed to be the leader of the Black Guys. He's not been introduced yet. And the thing is that it's. I mean, the whole thing about it is it's supposed to be that the heroes and the villains have to come together at some point to defeat a bigger threat. And and the thing is, because the MCU keeps on killing off its fucking villains, it doesn't have enough people to do that.
You're thinking of Secret Invasion as in the comic book event, and I mean, I would love to have an Avengers Secret Invasion movie. But I mean, this is not going to be that. This is going to be they've already said it's going to be a political thriller.
You can't call something Secret Invasion and not have a Secret Invasion.
No, it will have a Secret Invasion, but they're going to be, instead of taking over superheroes and stuff like that, they're going to be taking over prominent politicians, prominent people, and I feel like that actually Spider-Man Far From Home sets up this premise pretty well, because remember in that one, Nick Fury and Maria Hill were Skrulls in that, so that kind of sets up that this was going on probably during the blip as well. So I really feel like that's actually, I think that's going to be good. I don't know if per se, I mean, did they say that there were going to be flash forwards and flashbacks? Like, did they say that?
No, but I can't remember now. My brain's gone to mush. But there's a possibility we could have flash forwards, flashbacks.
I want to see other.
Because there's a bit between Ben Mendelsohn and actual Nick Fury that somebody revealed that they have like a minor confrontation, and Nick Fury's like surrounded by the Skrulls. So it's definitely going to be like forward and backwards for sure.
Or one of the Skrulls or another Skrull is imitating Nick Fury, and then they find out and they're confronting him. But I mean,
could be that because they were so like deeply like in the comic books, they were so like embedded into the character that they forgot that they were Skrulls, kind of thing. Yeah. So they could like play that kind of angle.
My other thing about this is see, now I just lost it. Nah, move on. I lost it.
Okay, I want to say that I want to see some, like side characters who are already established within the MCU and in the show. The same way we got Randall Park's character and the girl who plays.
Freeman's going to be in Secret Invasion.
Yeah, I was going to say Everett Ross is going to be there.
Everett Ross is in this
from Wakanda or from Black Panther. Martin Freeman.
Oh yes, Martin Freeman. Okay.
He's in it. I think Randall Park's character might be in it as well.
I mean, put people from the blip in there. Did Darcy's? I mean, I don't know about Darcy, but actually, no. I remember what I was going to say. Just really quick, I'm very excited to see what. A lot of people say they don't want to see what happened during the blip because it could just be like this big dead zone and we don't know.
I
what
do.
happens. I want to see it. I say I want to see it.
Yeah.
I would love to see
really
Eric Selvig. I really would love to see Eric Selvig in Secret Invasion. I think that's a perfect place for him.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect place for, as long as they weren't blipped. I think it's a perfect place for a lot of these people because we don't. Honestly, I don't want in this series, Secret Invasion. I really don't want superheroes. Like if they were gonna lean into Avengers Secret Invasion, then I'd be like, all right, give me all the heroes. But like if they're not, if they're doing this like a political thriller, then give me like I know Rhodey shows up, but lean into the non-superhero aspect.
Yeah, Rhodey's in it. Yeah,
and here's how.
Maybe Hawkeye, maybe Ronin in the odd episode too.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that either.
And here's how I want it to start. I want it to start with Thanos doing the snap, and then we see it all take place on Earth at the same time. Like you see the cuts of like, oh, people just disappear, and like you see the blip go on a massive scale. That's how I at least want to see Secret Invasion start.
Yeah, and the Skrulls kind of sniffing opportunity to infiltrate positions.
Yeah.
I want to see the whole first episode, just a big montage of just people blipping out.
Being blipped,
like that band in Far From Home that disappeared, like in the gymnasium. I want them to all go.
I want the Mets playing a baseball game and the whole, like, just as they throw the pitch and, like, just as he's going to hit it, blipped. And then, like, the whole crowd goes with him, too. Blipped. Like, that's how they have to do it. Like, the New York Mets and the crowd have to disappear.
I don't think an empty stadium for the Mets is going to need a blip.
I really am hoping, though, that this story you got, this information you got is wrong because in the day, we know Samuel L. Jackson is in this. We know Colby Smulders, who played Ray Hill, is in this. And I want them to be them and not fucking copies of them as Skrulls,
But there is no the information I've got is not wrong. It's just not confirmed. It's just what the trailer that people that attended Hall H have said.
Hall H.
Oh, fair enough.
But it's not confirmed. I'm guessing we're going to get actual Nick Fury at one point as well. Maybe, as soon as he comes back or some shit. So maybe like during the snaps or while the Avengers are off fighting Thanos, that's where you can end Secret Invasion as well, because then you have the excuse of, well, they're all off fighting Thanos, so that's why none of the Avengers are around, and everyone else that we didn't see in Endgame but we wanted to see is actually off fighting in Secret Invasion.
Actually, a lot of the time
we didn't get like Nick Fury in Endgame until the end.
Well, a lot of the times these trailers give you like edited bits of the first couple of episodes, so maybe we're only like a bit, like maybe majority of the way through the blip and the snap. And then it continues after the snap is like being reversed, and Fury's back and all that sort of shit. And then
again, nothing confirmed. Nothing. It's just a trailer that they saw. But I want to move on from this because we've got quite a few films to cover here. Thankfully, we've already done Agatha, so I won't go through that again. So next we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and I read the synopsis to this, and I can't fucking believe yet again. They're getting personal with it, and this is basically about Rocket and his origins. And obviously we have High Evolutionary is going to be in it, and they're going to balls that villain up like they did with Ronin and Ego.
I already get that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, they're just I'm no interest in this film. Yet again, it's a personal story. No, I want cosmic fucking battles, and give me like Annihilus or some stupid shit like that.
And can I just say before you go off, thank God this is the last Guardians movie. Thank God. Like I'm like ecstatic that this is it. I'm like, thank God it's over. I'm happy that this is coming to an end. Like I never thought I'd say that, but I'm actually happy that this is the finale for the Guardians. Thank you, Lord Jesus.
All right, Gary.
I loved the original Guardians of the Galaxy, and I thought the second one wasn't as good. But this, I mean, I saw that they got the guy to actually dress up in costume, which was a little bit like, really? I mean, because the thing is, if you really know how to do a Guardian film well, look at the game that they just brought out that long ago. I mean,
that game's amazing.
That game does everything that Ginger was just talking about with the wide scope, the cosmic strats, but still was personal enough for it to be reason why they would still pursue the adventure, but was cosmic enough that it affected everyone else as well. So it had a bit of both. Have you played that game, Ginger? Sorry.
No, I haven't. But no, feel free.
I would recommend it to you. It's a fucking awesome game.
I've got it downloaded.
Yeah, it's an awesome game.
Yeah.
But I think you would enjoy it. I think you'd understand what I mean. That I think you enjoy it, especially because it is so cosmic.
Yeah, but this one again, I don't know why they got. I know we're getting Adam Warlock in it and all this kind of stuff, but and also, what is the theme with fucking James Gunn and purple? High Evolutionary is fucking purple in this. What? Again, weird choice.
You want the picture? I think I still have it.
I've seen it. I know what it looks like. If you
want the same actor from Peacemaker.
Yeah. British Nigerian actor. Yeah. But I have no interest in this. I don't like James Gunn. I loved the first Guardians. I thought that was excellent. The second one was one of the worst MCU films, and this one is going to be.
No.
He's going to be really done, and it's going to be.
He looks like Samuel L. Jackson there. You know,
do you know what it looks like? Have you ever watched Lawnmower Man? It looks like that.
This is if Ivan Ooze had a baby. This is what it would look like.
It's really bad.
Ivan Ooze had a baby with Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Okay.
Get
rid of that.
Yeah, I am.
But yeah, I have no interest in this fucking film.
Thank God it's over. I think that's the consensus.
Yeah, and I'm glad. Bring that roster to an end because they kind of set the ball for the MCU to be joke-laden and nuisance, and it's really pissed me off that they just took that blueprint and ran with it. Sadly, we won't see the end of the jokes. We can move swiftly on to things I know nothing about, which is Loki Season 2.
I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
I think they're talking about Wonder Man being in it. I think, making a cameo.
That's how we're going to get Wonder Man. Okay.
Well, there was a set photo that showed a movie that because Wonder Man was a movie actor, and the movie is one of the movies that Wonder Man was in the comic books. So they're thinking that this is going to be kind of their cameo intro into Wonder Man because they have said they're producing something for Wonder Man on Disney Plus. So I don't know if it's going to be a period piece or anything like that, but. The Wonder Man, but Loki. They have confirmed that with that they're speculating that Wonder Man might be the doorway to Wonder Man through that Loki season.
Okay.
Or it may just be an Easter egg. Who knows?
Okay.
Either way, I'm still looking forward to it. That's much.
All I've seen in regards to Loki Season 2.
Then we have the Marvels, which it's apparently been set on Earth, so I have no interest in that.
I was really hoping that this would be more on a cosmic scale.
It's going to feel street level.
I heard something about Marvels.
What?
And I'm not. I heard that the first half of the film is going to be a musical.
Because
they Captain Marvel goes onto a planet where everyone just sings. That's how they communicate. And I really hope that's not true.
Oh God, no! Fuck that, no!
Why is it when they stick an Asian in something, it's got to go into a fucking musical?
Bollywood. It starts screwing the fucking light bulbs. Ole. You know what I mean? Like fuck's sake, man.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands.
Do you remember Eternals? Wasn't it like Cam Dijali? One of these things. One of his comments on Earth was that he's a famous Bollywood actor.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we're no longer corner shop owners in the 21st century. We're now Bollywood actors. So that's how it goes. I honestly I was looking forward to like Charlie's Angels in space, and now we're getting this, and I'm a bit concerned. You know what I mean? So
Charlie's Angels in space. That would have been awesome.
I would have Ms. Marvel, Photon, and Captain Marvel. I thought that would have been cool.
And Nick Fury could be Bosley. You know what I mean? And so like, but something along those lines. But unfortunately, I was looking forward to this because I like Monica Rambeau as Photon and. All of these things really work for me, but I'm just a bit concerned for the future of this film. I really hope it doesn't become.
I just want it to be set on fucking Earth.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm done with Earth.
We're done with it.
Well,
and also, sorry, go on.
I just with the way that Ms. Marvel ended, like I hope that it's This is how I was hoping that this is how Miss Marvel gets to space. You know what I mean? Like, so like they switch spots or whatever, and then all of a sudden Carol Danvers is like, "How am I here?" And then she goes and takes off, and then the rest of it takes place in space. Like that's what I was hoping. How Ms. Marvel got into space, and then Photon's there because she's a part of S.W.O.R.D. and everything like that. So,
Ms. Marvel is a comical character to a degree, and she's like hearty. She's like she's there to to be the comic relief and be the levity to the rest of the group. But Captain Marvel is a fucking badass, and I don't want she needs to remain a fucking badass. No nonsense, beating the fuck out of fucking people, and I want that bit to remain. You know what I mean? I really want that to remain. It's important to me. And Monica Rambeau's a bit of both.
And if it's if it's gonna take place on Earth, it's like, okay, Marvel, we've asked this like 1,000 times. We don't have to have the earth-shattering event in almost every fucking movie. Let's scale back on that. Like, let's please. That's all I'm asking for.
Let's have a planet-shattering event on a different planet.
It doesn't have to be Earth all the time. Like, that's all I'm asking.
I want to see the Kree.
Yeah. Or the Skrull homeworld. I mean, come on.
They don't have a homeworld. It's gone.
Yeah.
Well, do we know that in the comics though? Well, I guess Secret Invasion would infer.
Well, we know that in the Captain Marvel film that it's gone, that the Kree destroyed their homeworld.
Oh, did they? Okay. Oh, Galactus didn't do it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. So then we have Blade.
Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up. Don't make it PG-13.
It's gonna be shit. Look, this is look. Yeah, have you not seen Blade 1 and 2? Two of the greatest MCU films of all fucking time. Yeah,
Marvel movies.
Marvel.
Sorry, I apologize. I mean, that's what I meant to say. Marvel movies of all fucking time. You know what I mean? And with this movie, the third one's absolutely shit. Everyone knows that. But I have a bad feeling with this Blade movie with Mahershala Ali. It's gonna be some motherfucker trying to ice skate up a fucking hill, and I'm not gonna be looking forward to that whatsoever. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna have that Disneyfication on it. It's not gonna be gory. It's not gonna be fucking bloody. It's not gonna be violent. It's not gonna be swears. It's gonna be bullshit. You know, and I want an adult orientated superhero film. This should be the one. You know what I mean? You know, and I'm worried it's not gonna be the one. And plus, we're gonna have some fucking guy with a fucking face job over Mahershala Ali's face, doing all the action scenes. It's not going to be like Wesley Snipes. A lot of his own stunts, and a lot of his own action scenes. It's going to be some pretender. And sorry,
Ali. I'm sure that
he's not a martial artist.
No, but I've heard that he does do it on his own time. He has done some stuff.
I mean, I'm sure you can say a lot of actors don't do their own stuff. I get it. You got Tom Cruise and you got
Disney. Hang on. Disney does not allow any of the fucking actors to do the stunts.
Nope. Union will not allow that bullshit. They'll be like, nope.
They can't do it. The actors will happily do a lot of their own stunts. They're just not allowed.
Yeah.
If they get injured, it cuts down on production.
Yeah.
Now they just replace their face.
The compromise is fine regarding the on stunts, but to do some fight choreography, I don't think Mahershala Ali could do that well compared to someone.
We don't
like
know yet. He'll be training for it, like the
rest
I'm
hoping so. Well, granted, but this is still Disney. I want it to be like what it was before. I know I'm asking for the fucking earth here, but I have a bad feeling this is going to be fucking shit. So I want to be proven wrong. I want to be proven so wrong.
Also, don't forget there'll be a female in there to upstage him as well. They have to add that.
Well, they did that with the third one. They did that with the third one with Whisker's daughter.
Zam. Decaf, dude, calm the fuck down. Jesus Christ. All right. Yep. I don't think anything's topping that with Blade, so I think we can move on because I think Sam covered it.
Listen, we could also be getting the Black Knight in this one because Blade showed up at the end of Eternals.
Yeah.
We could end up with a kind of Midnight Suns situation. We might even get fucking Ghost Rider appearing in this. We don't know. You know, so there is that aspect of it. It could be one of those films that just throws a Hail Mary and gives us the Midnight Suns.
Are we going to get Nicolas Cage back?
Huh? No, he's done. They're not even bringing him back for Treasure Island, which was a stupid idea.
I heard Anthony Starr might play Dracula, but this is the thing because Anthony Starr is Homelander. People want Homelander in other formats now. They want him as Dracula, or they want him as the Reverse Flash. Anthony Starr is more than just fucking Homelander. So, if he's going to play Dracula, then he's got to play he's got to be smooth. Because one thing Homelander ain't is smooth.
It's Marvel though, so he'll be a pantomime villain.
Oh god!
It'll be more like
I think
Dracula from Sesame Street.
I think Anthony Starr's more what's the word? Careful with his casting choices that people think. You'll see yes to the good shit.
Well, he's only
He
really
don't-
become
he-
super famous. He's only become super famous because of The Boys. Before that, no one knew who the fuck he was. Even though he did a lot of stuff, he was just a journeyman actor. People like Pedro Pascal and all those sort of guys, they get a standout role and then they become superstars. He's going to do as much fucking work as he could possibly can while his star is still shining.
Well, yeah, I mean, Pedro Pascal was Narcos that kind of set him out.
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
It was a Game of Thrones. Okay, I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but all right. But he was in Narcos and he was amazing in that.
Oh,
yeah.
I know one more things that we haven't talked about that isn't MCU. That fucking Dungeons and Dragons movie. Sorry.
We already talked about.
Yeah, we talked. You were
the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
You too busy fucking talking.
Yeah, you were gone.
You were off blowing your landlord or something.
Fireworks.
Yeah, your landlord was like saying, "Put it down, Decibel Boyle."
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that god awful film. Okay, so next we have Ironheart. Don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't even know who Ironheart is. Iron Fist. I don't know who he is.
Yeah. Agatha. Then we've got Agatha. We've already
Fuck
talked about that.
Fuck that.
And then we have Disney's Daredevil. I am not looking forward to this. I'm very scared.
Do you not think it could be adult?
I'm afraid.
What?
Do you not think it could be adult?
It's not going to be adult. No.
So okay, so wait. Well, let me propose something to you. So okay, so could we do Daredevil in like the format of Moon Knight? It's a bit more aggressive.
18 fucking episodes.
I mean, I know it's not going to be as violent as the Netflix one and stuff like that, but could we do a Moon Knight style with Daredevil?
Listen, it's not even a question of the brutality of the violence or that. It's just a question of how Disney writes its characters. Compare that to the Netflix stuff and how well Daredevil was in that. You're going to put him in this. He's going to be a lot more lighthearted, a bit more fluffy. He'll probably get upstaged by Karen. It's one of those. We'll get Elektra back as well. So it's just a worry of how Disney are going to balls up one of the best bloody Marvel characters in any format. Because Daredevil Season 3 was just out of this bloody world. I worry about this one. I think it's going to piss a lot of fans off.
18 episodes is too much.
Yeah, 18 episodes is too damn much. I would have shortened it to 12. No more than that.
Even that's too much. 10 episodes is plenty.
10.
But the thing is, I'm going to disagree for you here. If this is going to tell a good thematic story that requires 18 episodes, that it's some sort of character arc for the character going for, and this is how many episodes they need to flesh out the story. Because I mean, Daredevil in the comics had a really, really long character arc that sort of changed his character, and if it's something like that, I'm all for it.
But it's Disney. Disney's going to Disney it up.
Yeah,
do you know what filler is, Gary?
We're going to get 1,000 flashbacks as well.
Yeah.
And I just worry about it. Listen, look, I mean, it could be amazing. It could be 18 episodes that are gritty, that keep you coming back for more. It could be a way to bring back Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. I don't think they're going to bring Danny Rand as Iron Fist. That'll piss off the SJW community.
Yep.
So they'll probably bring in Colleen Wing and all of them. They might bring in those characters into Daredevil.
Okay, since
Defenders.
Since Bossman got to do his prediction, I'm going to do mine. It starts off good, but ends up shit. That's going to be Daredevil. It's going to start off fucking amazing, and then it's going to turn out to be shit at the very, very end. They're going to do something to fuck it up.
It's going to be fluffy, and it's going to be upstaged by
If Colin Firth doesn't show up as Bullseye, I riot.
Yeah, fuck this. We're out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Colin Firth.
Or not Colin Firth. I'm sorry, Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin Farrell. That'd be it. Yeah.
But we already had Bullseye in it. How's he going to be in it from the multiverse?
I know.
Yeah.
80 for me, like I said earlier, 80 episodes is way too much. And my same worries goes back to what I said about Blade. I mean, this is Disney now. We've already seen what they've done with fucking Kingpin. How are we not? The writing is on the fucking wall when it comes to these other characters that have been mainstream prior to the MCU. You know what I mean? And so we've already seen what happened to them with Kingpin. It could probably happen again with these other characters. And what also concerns me is that with 18 episodes of Daredevil, we might not see him in anything else. Because he'd be used on this all the fucking time.
So Jim has a question. Are fans of Orville going to get mad that Orville's moving to Disney Plus and NerdTube hit the money on the head? Internationally, it is on Disney Plus.
That would be
it's on Disney Plus. For me, it is. It's on Disney Plus in the UK.
Yeah, internationally,
unchanged, unedited. So, it just because it's grown in popularity, they're going to bring it more into the center.
Which is good to hear because me and Zam were just talking about this at our last review of Orville, and we were wondering. There's no announcement of season 4, so that I know of. I don't know if they announced it this weekend. I must have missed it because there's so much shit going on.
And of all the television shows on Disney Plus, the best one is Orville. I mean, they've gone places like with their show that Disney won't do with any of the MCU shows. They had a little girl have the living shit beaten out of her in the most recent episode. I appreciate just for like going there. I mean, and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it's doing. Again, I say about Seth MacFarlane, the one thing he's built his career on is ripping other properties verbatim, literally verbatim. But with the Orville, you can excuse it because at the time when Orville launched, Star Trek was in limbo. It was absolute everything about it was shit. There was nothing good in Star Trek. Obviously now it's playing catch up and that. But he should have been. Paramount should have looked at that and be like, okay, I tell you what, cancel that show and come over and be the executive producer for Star Trek here, and you could do what you want, kind of thing. But no, instead they put twat-faced Kurtzman in, and Orville is killing it. It's a massively popular show.
It's the best Star Trek on TV.
Yeah. There's actually what are they called? Where they write. God, my word finding sucks today.
Discord forum.
No, like where you sign something like
disclaimer. Disclaimer?
No, not disclaimer. Like you sign to support something.
A petition.
Yes, there's a petition out there to have Seth MacFarlane replace Alex Kurtzman. And honestly, like I don't hate Alex Kurtzman. I would sign it though because I want Seth MacFarlane there way more than Alex Kurtzman.
All right, but can we go back to this? Back to Daredevil. If they do entire 18 episodes of Bullseye, I'm there for it. It'll be really good.
We're back on Daredevil.
Yep.
Well,
18 episodes of Bullseye.
Bullseye, yeah.
Why not?
You know what I want to see?
It's just going to be him like hitting targets. They're going to
pushing through the door, throwing a knife at someone's head.
It's not about hitting a target. It's an actually interesting character.
Yeah, Hawkeye shows up. He's like, "You think you're the best marksman?" Bam, bam, bam.
You just took the stuff my thunder, but that's what I want. If they bring in Bullseye, I want him to go up against Hawkeye.
I agree. I was hoping he would show up in Hawkeye.
Yeah, but it will go up against the other Hawkeye, the new Hawkeye.
No, they're talking about season 2, and they're talking about Jeremy Renner possibly coming back. I heard that rumor.
Well, I heard another rumor about Renner that they might make him the leader of the Thunderbolts.
I mean, that's also happened. I don't know if he's been the leader in the past, but he's been
a nice redemption. I mean, he's paid his penance. He admitted he's a piece of shit, and so Disney are happy now to, instead of cancel him, bring him back for more. Yeah. So it's good because Jeremy Renner, the person, is very much a bit of a fuck, but apparently he's like changed a lot. So it'll be nice to see him carry on if he's still up for it. It's a good paycheck. He has a lot of outgoing expenses and divorces and all this kind of stuff, which he's admitted to himself in terms of finances. So he's somebody you can keep around for forever because he got him dumb enough in personal life where he's always going to need a steady paycheck.
Jim Landscape says season 4 is coming. I don't think they've confirmed it for bouncing back to the Orville. I don't think
they did confirm it because they said season 4 is going to Disney Plus.
Okay. Then I thought you meant like they were just saying that like season 3.
Happy to hear that.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah, they'll bring it. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. If you guys want to, I'll tell you what. If I go here and I'll say, and after that we've got Captain America.
If we don't get Hulk Hogan in this movie, I am going to be pissed.
New world order.
We better get Hulk Hogan in this
They're not
movie.
going to bring in a racist to.
Yeah, no. I
sure
think
about
we said
that?
this. I think we said this before we started. We said no. They're going to bring in Chris Hemsworth version of
Yeah,
Hulk Hogan.
or we're gonna get 3 Captain Americas, and they're gonna cut a New World Order style promo. We're gonna get like old Cap, current Cap, and like another Cap.
You're gonna
and
see Bucky Barnes going like this.
Bucky Barnes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll have old Cap being Hogan, and then you'll have like fucking Sam Wilson could be like Kevin Nash, and then Bucky could be Scott Hall, and they just cut an NWO style promo at the end of the movie and a post credit scene for shits and gigs. It would be hilarious.
They all got to wear like wigs to get long hair.
Isaiah Jackson in the film. I want to see the original Black Captain America make an appearance.
Isaiah Bradley. I want to see more of that. If they're not doing a season 2 of Captain America or of Falcon / Winter Soldier, I want to see more on Isaiah Bradley. I was really interested in that during that.
And
show.
I am Patriot too.
No,
Fuck
Patriot.
off, I'm Patriot.
No, are you talking about just Patriot, the kid?
Oh, sorry, is it Patriot? Is it that?
Yeah, his name's Patriot.
Oh right, yeah, Patriot, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they're gonna milk that Young Avengers. By the way, we'll get there when we get to Kang Dynasty, unless you guys want to skip forward. But
no.
I have a big prediction about Avengers Kang Dynasty.
Oh, another one I need to write down? Okay, what is it?
It is going to be a Young Avengers movie. It's gonna because remember, Kang is a big character in the Young Avengers story. So I think that Kang Dynasty is going to be a
Iron Lad.
Yeah, with Iron Lad, yeah.
And I also would like to see, speaking of Kang, I want Kang making a cameo in every movie going forward just to fuck something up. Like, that's how you build him. He just comes in, he's like, hey, splat, and then he leaves. That's going to be Kang, like, going forward. Like, hey, motherfucker, splat.
I wouldn't mind if he gets killed off now and again, but there's so many versions of him, like, he just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
You know,
and then that'll be Boss Man, right? They kill all their villains, but they just keep coming back because there's so many different versions of them.
That I wouldn't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one it makes sense, you know.
Like Kang shows up, hey, how you doing? How you doing? I'm gonna fuck this up. You're dead, splat, and then like sometimes Kang will be like, hey, I'm gonna fuck this up. Oh, can't catch me. I'm gone. Zip. And then that's how that goes. Okay, that's how you do Kang.
All right. So back on track for Captain America: New World Order. What do we reckon? Do we reckon it's going to lead into the Thunderbolts?
All right, I've got a prediction.
Go for it.
Go.
It's going to suck, and I don't want it to suck because the thing is that
that's not a prediction.
It is. It's going to suck.
That's just silliness. No, I don't want to talk about if it's going to suck. I want to. Let's just go speculations of what we think it's going to be about. We can go off on other tangents. Jason, go ahead.
I think U.S. Agent's going to be in. I think they're going to build more on that character.
Yep.
And then I think that is going to lead into Thunderbolts.
Okay, so I think he's going to be. Yeah, all right. Genuinely, I think he's going to have the Tumbler in it.
Yeah, I think it's going to lead to.
Barnes is going to be in it.
The Tumbler.
The Tumbler.
Yeah.
The fuck
because he was a Captain America villain who was working for an organization who's known as the New World Order.
Was it in the 60s? Like, what?
Oh right, okay. You're going very meta there. I don't know much about Captain America in the comic books.
Yeah,
I looked up the Tumblr and I got the Batman Tumblr.
No, he's like a circus actor.
But yeah, I think it's all going to tie into the. I think it's going to be. I think they're going to tie into the Thunderbolts. You might get some Young Avenger kind of reference here and there. I think you'll probably do
Robert
that.
King, Tumblr.
Yeah, okay, fine. It's going to tie into the Thunderbolt, but what is it going to be? That's
going
to be a time. And what is it going to be about? Is Bucky going to be in it as well? Is he going to be sidekick?
Yeah, he's in it. He's in it.
He's in it.
He's got it.
Okay. So
I reckon it's going to be about the that organization that.
Speaking of Captain America, are we going to get
a Cypher is in? It's going to be about them. I think they're going to be like the main bads, and it's going to lead to Thunderbolts, and we'll go from there.
And do you think we're going to get an old Cap cameo? I mean, at least maybe a cameo.
I wouldn't mind.
No.
Yeah,
I don't think so. No.
I'll tell you where I want to see old Cap in Secret Invasion.
Yeah,
you know, in the moon base with fucking Nick Fury and shit. That's where I'd rather see him.
That's more of a post-credit scene thing, though.
Seeing old Cap.
Where are my shoes?
not necessarily a post-credit thing, but like like how Rhodey was like in the first episode of Captain America: Winter Soldier, something like that along those lines,
Yeah, but that was actually meaningful. Like that I feel like old Cap being on the moon base or Starship base or wherever they're at is just going to be like
it's stupid.
Yeah, it's a gag.
Like
it would be a gag. Like
fair enough.
Cap's on the moon.
I want to see him. I want to see him die in Captain America: New World Order. They kill him. They murder him dead.
You know what?
They teabag him,
good.
and we move on. And that's where we get closure. And fanboys can shut the fuck up about having Old Man Cap appear again. Because every time we see Captain America, they want to see Old Man Cap. Let it go. He's fucking gone. I hope they kill him off in Captain America 4. Jason.
I actually got it. You just gave me a great idea, an actual great idea. So one of the best moments in Civil War, in my opinion, is actually after Civil War when Cap gets shot on the steps. What if they did that? Like, what if the New World Order, like Cap's like making a statement in front of the Senate for something or other,
Love it.
And then like, as he's leaving, he gets shot and he dies.
I'd like to see that. Yeah.
And that kicks off.
The problem with that Cheeto, and I hate to say this, it doesn't. They basically say they killed him. They basically said he was dead, but even though he's not,
they said he was on the moon, and I think that was a joke anyway. Like it was a joke mention, but no, I'm being 100% serious. Like he's like giving testimony or giving a speech or something in front of the Senate, and as he's leaving, I mean, you could even have your boy Bullseye do it. You know,
hey, zip, bang, boom, dead.
That'd be good.
And that starts off the New World Order thing because they definitely probably want Cap out of the original Cap out of the way because they want their U.S. agent to be kind of the
Yeah, I love that.
That's right. Marvel, hire me. I'm right here.
Hire this man. Give him
what's next?
Okay, so then we have Thunderbolts. Don't know much about that. With speculation on the roster, obviously we're gonna probably have Ghost, Taskmaster, US Agent,
Abomination,
Baron Zemo,
Abomination,
whatever Abomination. Who did you say?
Black Widow,
maybe.
Oh, yeah, the other Widow. Yeah.
White Widow.
Yeah, White Widow. Yeah. So yeah, that will obviously be the thing. What it's about, we don't know.
Killing Captain America. It's going to be a prequel to New World War.
Yeah, it's going to be a prequel.
I do have a question. How can we call the Thunderbolts? Because isn't the actor who played Thaddeus Ross? Didn't he pass away?
He did, but I mean, Thunderbolts was never actually.
Thunderbolts is Thunderbolts. It's nothing to do with
Ross.
I thought did he start it?
There is Thunderbolts Ross, but
no, Ross did not start it. It actually was a comic that came out. I think it predated the Civil War. Did it start in Civil War? But it wasn't Ross.
No, it was before that.
Yeah. Now later on in the comic books, Thunderbolt Ross picked it up. But I mean, that was later.
Yeah, he's not involved with it. Was just later when he was Red Hulk and all that. That's when they kind of got the Thunderbolts Ross team. So yeah, they're not tied to it. I mean, they've been around 1997. They came into it, and So Thunderbolt Ross was in the late 2000s. Or wait, after that actually.
Yeah, I was about to say that was probably mid 20.
But this Thunderbolts is probably going to be. Actually, here's the thing. Is it going to be that the main villains are going to be like Julia Louis-Dreyfus is like in Captain America, and then afterwards, when they're defeated, they become the Thunderbolts in the Thunderbolts film and go after a bigger villain?
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know.
It could be I mean, we're still in the multiverse, aren't we? I mean, it could be like they're good guy versions in another universe.
Yeah, multiversal thing. So. Yeah.
One thing I wanted to throw out there is that since William Hurt is gone, I would not be surprised if they actually go the alternate route and do Red Hulk as Red She-Hulk, because there is a Red She-Hulk and Dreyfus would be Red She-Hulk.
I can see that.
I mean, just because William Hurt's not there anymore, like that's kind of why I'm saying that. I know that Betty Ross or Betty Banner, whatever you want to call her, in the comic books is Red She-Hulk, but it makes more sense for Dreyfus's character to be the Red She-Hulk. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, maybe that's the crux of the movie, is that they're going after some government, You know, like Suicide Squad, like they're going into this country to get this research or whatever, but it's actually research for, you know, the like them trying to make their own Hulk, but then it turns out to be red. You know, like something like that, like some kind of covert ops type thing where they're going and doing.
That's actually not a bad premise, though. If you tie the Hulks into it,
yeah,
that's not a bad premise at all.
And then Thunderbolts, and then, you know, they could name them after Thunderbolt Ross in the MCU, obviously. So you know, like.
Yeah. Okay. So then we move on to the introduction of the Fantastic Four. Pretty standard.
Yeah, we know what that's going to be about.
Hopefully, Doom would have been a little bit introduced before that, maybe in Wakanda Forever. If not, fine. Then we have Kang Dynasty, which
let's go. Here we go.
It's going to be Avengers versus 1,000 different Kangs,
mm-hmm.
all diverging into one area, or it's going to be a multiversal fight. That happens with different planets, and we finally maybe get the X-Men there.
And then the fanboys can finally shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I feel like with the way they're building up Young Avengers, and since Kang is a big character in the Young Avengers comics, I really feel like Kang Dynasty is going to be like a Young Avengers movie. Just, you're going to see the older Avengers in there somewhere, but it's going to kind of be like Infinity War. You're going to have a bunch of different things going on, but you're going to have like the Young Avengers maybe traveling through time, like trying to either escape or catch or whatever Kang, because basically Kang has wiped out all of the grown-up Avengers.
Because I can see, I predict that what's going to happen is you're going to see some of the OG Avengers probably die. Like, I think you will see that in the upcoming years.
I think you will, but there's going to be time travel shenanigans. So I feel like it's going to, like, even though like they're all going to get wiped out, but like that, so that means that the kids that aren't as much of a threat are going to remain, and then they're going to kind of get their hands on the time machine or the old time machine from an Endgame, and like
time machine. Let's not forget that Wong does kind of tie everything, all the universes together as well, because Wong is appearing
in everything.
Wong is going to be like the new Nick Fury, essentially.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. So Wong's going to be like Nick Fury.
I was saying more Coulson, but I mean.
Well,
all that, whatever. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. I do like that premise. If that's going to be what they do with Kang Dynasties, like the older Avengers are kind of killed off, and then the youngsters kind of come in, and then time travel shenanigans, and then Secret Wars. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the culmination of Kang Dynasty with a battle planet, and then
everyone is going to and then everyone is going to jizz their pants when they do the big come together scene. Everyone comes together and they go, Avengers assemble, and then it's a big rah. You're going to see that, and everyone's going to lose their fucking minds. That's what's going to happen essentially.
And we'll probably get Daredevil and the X-Men in this and all this.
Yeah, that's when everyone's going to jizz their pants and lose their minds, and it'll be like, oh my god, yep,
yeah, and that's everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything people want to talk about? Ads? We could jump off because I'm hungry.
I'm good. I think
we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
I wonder if Zam's actually asleep.
Yeah, he looks like it.
I'm just relaxing a little bit, I've had a long day.
The edibles are addictive.
Gonna make a burrito. And cool. All right, guys. Thank you everyone for joining us. MCU took up a nice big chunk, almost an hour worth of stuff, and coming back, I believe someone's doing trailer reactions later as well for Orville or whatever it was. Strange New Worlds.
Lower Decks. I'll probably do that later on tonight now.
All this kind of stuff. So like and subscribe. We're the best channel you've kind of maybe kind of whatever kind of
maybe kind of sort of come on.
Sort of kind of Gary. Did you have something to say? Or you just waving goodbye? And that is all. Let normality resume. Bye.
Bye-bye.